This is RobertD with my Week 2 individual presentation assignment. Today I'm actually going to be showing you how to create and delete files and file folders within the file structure of a Windows-based machine. The machine I'm actually using is actually a Windows 8 base. Some of you guys are used to it, some of you are not. Where I'm at right now is just out here on the desktop. So from this point, no matter which machine you're on, you should be able to follow right along because they are the same. There's actually two ways to get to the file structure or file explorer that the Windows calls it within Windows. There's a mouse way of getting it, using the mouse to get there, and there's also a keyboard shortcut to get there. The mouse way is, if you look down here in the taskbar, you'll actually see an icon that looks like a set of file folders, and that's actually the file cabinet or Windows Explorer that we're going to be going after. Otherwise, you can hit the Windows key plus E on your computer or on the keyboard to get to the same exact spots. There's actually two different ways to get there. I'm going to actually use the mouse today so you can see it. So I'm just going to hover over it, click on it, and it's actually going to bring up this file structure. On the left-hand side here, it's grouped in different categories. The favorites at the top is, you can customize all these, but the favorites is an area where you can just access quite a bit, makes it quick, simple, easy to get there. The libraries is actually where we're going to be focusing today, and more importantly underneath the documents folder right here. But you can also look down, you got your computer down here. This shows all your drives actually that are out on your computer itself and what's under those. I've got a drive C and D here. D is my recovery drive that came with the computer, and C is the main hard drive itself. And also we have network down here, so if you're on a network, you can access files and folders within the other computers that are on your network at the same time. Well, let's go back up here to Documents. Underneath Libraries, we have the Documents, Music, Pictures, and Videos. What this is actually a grouping of like documents. So obviously, say under Documents, you want to try and keep all your normal documents that you're going to use or store on the machine. Music is where you're going to obviously store your music. Pictures and videos, those are pretty straightforward in their naming convention. So it does make it real nice when you name them, something very useful that it's easy for you to remember and recognize. But let's go under Documents here. So I just click on it, and as you can see, usually at the top they start with the files, the folders, and then after the folders are done, it actually drops down to the files themselves. The yellow icon that you see right here next to the 741, that's actually a file folder, meaning there's more information if I double click on that I can drill down to. But if we go down here towards the bottom, you can actually see we have actual files. Like this one right here is for Windows, this one right here is for Excel, and so forth. These are all going to be determined based off the software you have installed on your machine. So let's drill down a little bit here for us. So let's go into 741 right here. So I'm just going to double click on it. Let's see what's in it. Looks like we have 4 different files within it over here, and you can see the type. We got a couple bin files, and looks like a configuration files or configuration settings files. So obviously these are kind of like a system file that got set here for some program. But we can go ahead and play in here anyway. If I wanted to add a new folder within this structure here, there's a couple ways I can do it. I can either go to the top up here and hit New Folder, and it's going to populate in here, and it's going to come in, it's going to highlight, and it's me to input a name. You notice it's all in blue, which is nice because you just start typing, it's automatically going to erase what's there and put in the current, what you're typing. So let's go School Test, and all I do is hit Enter, and now we have that file folder in here. If I double click on it, we can drill down a little bit more, and obviously it's empty, there's nothing in it. We can go back one just by coming up here and clicking, or we can come right over here and hit the back arrow to go up one level of the tree. Now you saw how we created one. Let me show you how we actually get rid of one. So all you're going to do is pretty much do the same thing. You're going to come up here and you're going to highlight on it. I just deselected it so I can show you the selection of it. Come up here, I'm going to highlight the school test file folder. I'm going to come over, right click on it, and I'm going to come down here to delete. But also I just want to show you another thing over here. If you misspell it while you're typing something into it, or sometimes you just need to rename it, you want to save it as another file or folder name. You can actually do that. You can do this with a file too, just by doing the rename right here. But we're actually going to delete at this point. So I'm just going to click on delete, and it's going to ask for confirmation of delete. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And now you notice it's gone. We're back to our original structure that was there. So as you can see, we added a file folder, we deleted a file folder, and we drilled down so you could see how the structure lays out.